All right, with me this morning is Bary from Taxation Solutions. Bary, glad to have you here. How you doing?
Good morning, Chuck. I'm very happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about your company, Taxation Solutions, and what does it do anyway?
Well, Taxation Solutions, we're a Houston-based nationwide tax relief company. Basically, what we do is solve tax problems for taxpayers that are in trouble with the IRS, either through their fault of their own, or maybe the IRS just says, hey, you owe money and pay it to us.
And that's where you folks come in because you've been doing this for a long time, a lot of experience dealing with internal revenue. What has that experience taught you?
Well, basically, the IRS isn't always right. Basically, the IRS is looking for money. They've gotten tougher these days because they need money. They have to solve our national debt, and they think that the taxpayer themselves aren't paying their fair share. They're hiding money, not reporting it all. So they're coming after the individuals.
So every nickel and dime that they can to squeeze out of you, that's what they're going to attempt to do, regardless of your situation or what's really going on. Their main job is to collect, correct?
That is correct. And whether you can afford what they're trying to collect or not, they're trying to collect.
Now, if, let's say, there's a lot of what you hear, DIYers, do it yourself. And some guys do this, sometimes ladies too, want to try to do it themselves, like attorneys. Well, you can't go into a courtroom and try to go up against some big high-powered attorney and think you're going to win. Is it a similar situation with internal revenue? When you go in to deal with internal revenue, if you're going to do it by yourself, what can you expect from the IRS?
What you expect from the IRS is basically they want all their money now, however they can get it. Whether it's through liens on your property, levies of your bank account, wage garnishments, they want their money. They're not there to solve your problem. They're there to get their money. They're a collection agency, basically.
Even if they tell you, we're here to help you, they're not really, that's not their goal. Their goal is to get as much as they can.
That's correct. They want to get everything they can out of you.
Now, Bary, you're listed as an enrolled agent. What is an enrolled agent?
Well, basically, an enrolled agent is America's tax experts. We're the only tax representatives that are actually licensed by the federal government to represent you as a taxpayer to the IRS. And we can represent you to the fullest extent, doing everything from tax planning, tax preparation, and, of course, IRS representation to help solve your problem.
So you're licensed, in other words, to do this.
Exactly, we are.
So anybody can say, hey, I'm a tax professional, but really, unless they're licensed and know what they're doing, then they're not really. But they can present themselves that way, and you just don't know. So a consumer should always look and make sure and check out what you're doing and see if somebody's a licensed tax professional, such as yourself.
Yes, they should be checking to see if they're enrolled agent, like myself, tax attorney, like we have on our staff, or a CPA.
All right, if you're going to give somebody some advice, what is the best advice you could give the listeners?
Best advice, don't represent yourself. Let somebody like myself, my company, Taxation Solutions, represent you.
And the worst thing you can do is put it off to the last minute, procrastinate, correct?
Correct. Get in early. That first letter, call us, whether they're right or wrong, we can get in and get in front of the problem quicker. If you wait, you're going to be subject to that possible lien levy, wage garnishment, and nobody wants to see that, and those are harder to solve.
That's the last thing that you want to have happen to you. So the idea here is, folks, you've got to jump in on the ground floor and call Taxation Solutions. And how do we call you? What's the phone number, Bary?
Phone number is 832-529-2400, or you can reach us on the web at taxationsolutions.net.
That's right. Make sure it's taxationsolutions.net, N-E-T. And again, the number is 832-529-2400, 832-529-2400, and online at taxationsolutions.net. Bary, thanks for dropping by. We appreciate it.
Chuck, thanks for having us out.
All right.